Welcome to the PlayMaker app tutorial. We're going to take you guys over the basics of creating a team, inputting a roster, starting and scoring a game, and then we'll go over some of the app's features. So to start here, I would go down to the plus in the bottom right, and I would create a team. Here you will add in your team information, and for time's sake, I already have one created, so we'll go down here to PlayMaker Elite. On this screen, this is your main page for your team. This will show events, games, other events. As you can see, I have a practice entered already. You can see your roster, you can see stats, you can see info. On the info tab, make sure you add your team level. So for this, we're doing a high school varsity team. Our state is Idaho, and then our season is 2024 spring/summer. This is important for the Leaderboards tab, which we'll get into later. You can also add a team Facebook link, and you can choose a logo for your team. Here you can see the stats page. This will include everybody on your roster, their hitting stats. We do not have a game in as of now. And then you go over to your defense stats and then pitching at the bottom. However, there are no pitching stats available at the time. So here's our roster. I can easily add or delete a player. I already went through and put random names in just for time's sake. So we'll go to events and we will start a game. So this game will take place at Idaho Sports Park on field number 1 at 8 p.m. And this game will be 7 innings long. And here I will search for my opponent. So we'll be playing PlayMaker Prime. We'll choose ourselves as the home team. You can easily switch this once the game starts. So we'll go in here, and then from this screen, this is where you input your lineup. So the easiest way that we have found it is if you slide up on the right side, put all the guys in. So we'll add George Curious, Buddy Powell, Steve, and Walter. And we'll say Troy and Craig are sitting this game. So from here, you'll go through, click all of your positions where each guy is playing. And then we try to make this as simple and as efficient as possible. We'll say Walter is DHing for our pitcher. So our pitcher is George Smith. He is not hitting. You see this bat here. We will click on the bat, and then he is no longer hitting. So you can leave him there in the 3 spot. He will not populate on the lineup, but I like to move him to the bottom so he's out of my way. And then we will do the same for PlayMaker Prime. So we'll add all of the guys in. They only have 9 players, so they will not be using a DH. Just putting in random positions here for each player. Field and catcher. And then you can easily move guys around. Very simply, you just hold down on the right here and you can switch around your order. So we will go ahead and start the game. Again, if you need to add more players, you can do so down here very easily. So we'll go ahead and start a game. And here is our main interface. So I'll add a pointer here so you guys can follow along. So this is the main field. You can see all the positions, and then at the bottom is where you input everything. Scoreboard at the top has your batter, your on-deck batter. You can view team lineups or make adjustments if needed. Here we have the plays. Again, nothing has happened yet. And then our box score. So this holds all the stats for each team. And then if I scroll down here, you can see defensive and then pitching. However, nothing has been inputted for pitching yet, so it's not populating. So we'll go over to the field, and let's say 2 straight balls, and you can see right there above my little circle that it is a 2-0 count, foul ball, that populates to 2-1, and then we'll go in play, double. Now you select where the ball's hit. Let's say hit it in the right center field gap. It was a line drive, and now C fast, number 0, double deep to right field. Now you can see him on second. So from there, we'll do an out now. So we'll say ground out to shortstop. The fielder with the assist was the shortstop, and the put out was the first baseman because he caught the ball. Finish. So D. Nichols grounded out to shortstop. C. Fast did advance to third on the play. You can send him back pretty easily if you just hit him move back to second base. So if you go to plays now, you have C. Fast double to deep right field, D. Nichols grounded out to shortstop. So we'll input another one here, foul ball, ball. Say it's a 3-1 count, and he grounds into a fielder's choice. So we'll say the ball's hit to third, and the third baseman just tagged out the guy second. So that will put X clutch now on first base. And you can see X clutch hit into a fielder's choice out on the base path, C fast. Okay, welcome back. So I went through and scored a few innings. If I go here, I can go to the plays tab. You can see everything that has happened. We're in the top of the fifth. It is 6-4. Everything is populated over here stat-wise. You can go down, see fielding stats, along with some of the pitching stats. So scoring a game is pretty simple, but here's some of the cool features. If we go over here to PlayMaker Elite now, turn my cursor on, you can see the game's still active. But if I go back, just look at the team here. See our events there. Again, we have practice scheduled, roster, and then here now these stats are populated from the game. Even though the game hasn't ended, it is populating on the teams tab. So if you look at Johnny Jr. there, the fourth one down, you can see his hitting stats. Scroll down here, you can see some of the fielding stats along with George Smith's pitching stats. He pitched 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned, 4 strikeouts. So again, another cool thing, if you go to the roster here, let's click on George Curious. You can see his stats. So offense stats for the season, he's 1 for 2, batting average, slugging percentage, all that there. And then right here, you can see game by game stats. So once we go through and we score 4, 5, 6 games, you'll see each game listed there, along with a defensive tab and a pitching tab, however he's not pitched. We also have a video tab where you can upload game clips that will be out within the next week or two. And then one of the coolest features we have is the hitting charts. So George, you can see that little blue line that indicates a ground out to third. Let's see if we can grab somebody that has multiple charts. Troy has none. Freddie Cruiser. Here we go. There's a red line indicating it out to right center. And then Johnny Jr., there's a base hit to center field. So once you go through and you score multiple games and this chart's full, it would be a really cool feature to see guys' tendencies. Again, there's Johnny Jr.'s stats along with game by game. So from here, we will go into some of the next features. If you click on inputted a team, created a team, put our roster in, and created or scored a game. As you can see at the top there, that game is still active. Since I own PlayMaker Elite, it will always populate the game up there that I have that day. So now we're going to look at a tournament. So if I had that magnifying glass, hit search tournaments, we're going to do the Armed Forces Day tournament, which takes place May 20th to May 22nd. So here are the divisions. I'm going to use 12U for this example. And here are the standings. See, the Stafford Hitmen are 1-0. And the Rebels are 0-1. So there are all the teams there. If we go over to games, you can see the schedule. And the Hitmen won 13-10. And then the best feature is the leaderboard tab. So if we go to hits here, you can see Alexander and Cameron lead with 3. And it has all the other registered players in there with hits. You have batting average, you have strikeouts, and this can be features on any tournament. So I'm not sure if any 9U does have stuff in, so you can see their games, 18-5, 10-6, 23-5, and then some of the leaders as well there. So this is one of our best features, and this can be filtered, and that is why it is important that you input your correct team information. So you can see my team name, PlayMaker Elite, high school, varsity level, located in Idaho for 2024. So when leaderboards are created for regions, it is important that you have the correct team information so that a player in Idaho playing varsity baseball is not being stacked up against a 12-year-old playing rec ball in Illinois. So that is all we have for you. I know this is a quick, short tutorial just going over the basics. If you run into any issues or if you have questions, please reach out to us at help@playmakerapp.io. We'll also take suggestions or partnerships there as well. And thank you for sticking along, and we hope you enjoy PlayMaker.